Daughter company. Today we're bringing it to you the 50 count of these crunchy peanut butter mini candy bars. But you know what? I like to say this is the better candy bar because it's made with simple, you were saying plant-based ingredients.
Plant-based ingredients.
$24.98 gets 50 of them home.
Yeah.
They're all individually packaged and you can take them on the go with you.
You can share them with friends.
Now you can get all of them in the original. You can get all of them in the coconut, or you can get a combo where you get 25 and 25. But customer top rated says, yes, your QVC fellow customers have said, I love this. And today we have it for you for $8.33 on Easy Pay.
Like
I know.
goodness.
So good. All right, so Joyce Zhu is here with me today to talk to us about this. And you have a very interesting story about why you started this company, and you actually started making these with your mom.
Yeah. So Numa means daughter, mother in Chinese because my mom and I started out of our kitchen. So I have a huge sweet tooth, but I also have an autoimmune disease that I have to limit sugars for. So my mom made these healthier versions of her favorite childhood candies from China for me, and they were the perfect solution to my problem.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so wait, so that's the original, right? So the original is what? So it's a peanut butter kind of snack. You know, you can't call it a cookie. I wouldn't necessarily call it a candy bar, but it is kind of like a candy bar.
It sort of serves that function, but
Yeah.
it's better for you, right? Because it's just 6 to 7 plant-based ingredients, like you mentioned. The first of which is peanuts, and you'll notice here. So I actually I did this earlier. I wouldn't recommend eating it like this, but I actually scraped off the side so you can see the inside is just chock full of peanuts. So what we do is we crush and roast and then toast the peanuts to really bring that nutty flavor out, and then lightly wrap with this sugar coating. That's the white that you see here, completely natural. It's just pulled into that color, but super thin so you get that crisp.
Yes.
And then you get all that nut inside.
And it's this delicate, delicious, very, very satisfying experience. You know, like a lot of people, even like when I would have a personal trainer, he would tell me like, oh, just eat a scoop of peanut butter.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like as a snack. And I'd be like, well, that doesn't sound very satisfying. But this is unbelievably satisfying because it hits your sweet tooth.
Yes.
You get that punch of like protein because like peanuts, like they just have it.
Yep, 2 grams of protein per piece.
And now here are our flavors, right? So that's the original, right? But let's talk about the coconut. What makes, you know, what's the difference on that?
So our mini peanut butter coconut bars, very similar, also 7 plant-based ingredients, but we use real toasted coconut in here. And you won't get that grittiness because, as you see, there's not like flakes coming out.
This melts the second it hits your tongue.
It's meant to be like that. It's meant to be delicate. You see it's sort of flaky, but that's what gives it its melt in your mouth flavor.
You can smell the coconut. Listen, if you want the coconut, we have fewer than 200 to go around. If you want the original, we have that for you as well. Customer top rated, but fewer than 500 to go around in the original. And we also have a combo. And if you want the combo, that's our most popular option. At $8.33, I'm thinking like throw this in your purse, throw this in a lunchbox, keep some at your desk, because I know what happens to me at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I start getting hungry, AKA hangry.
Right.
I also start getting tired. This is what gets you going and keeps you kind of, you know, at bay until dinner time.
Sure, yeah, it's mindfully portioned. So they're individually wrapped where each piece is only 55 calories and it's all plant-based, gluten-free. It's less sugar relative to a standard candy bar, more protein. That's all natural because we use real ingredients there. So it's all nut protein that you're getting in there.
So the peanuts on the inside, you say you crush them. Like what makes them like have this beautiful kind of like flakiness about them, right? So I'm gonna show everyone here, like you can actually kind of crush these. There you go. Like look, you can see it, right? It looks like it's dry. But when it touches your tongue, it actually becomes really creamy and smooth.
Right. Yeah. So this is a very traditional Asian recipe. As I mentioned, you know, inspired by my mom's recipe that was passed down from her parents. She grew up eating these. I grew up eating these. And it's really just the nature of the way the peanuts are roasted and then crushed. They're crushed very fine so that it's almost like smooth like peanut butter, but not quite, you know, that complete peanut butter flavor. So that way it just melts. It melts in the mouth once it touches that tongue.
Whether you're throwing them on top of ice cream, I would even say like throwing these on top of like a cake as like, you know, like a topping on top of a cake.
Sure, yeah.
Cookies. If you picked up our cookies from David's Cookies, when they come right hot out of the oven, maybe crumble this on top of the cookies.
Yeah.
Or just right over here, like we have it with a little shot of espresso.
Yes.
Right? What a great little combination.
Great little afternoon pick-me-up snack with that sweets. I also just on the go, like you said, I love when I'm traveling. I like to throw it in my purse if I'm going to the gym, or just displaying it like in if you have a candy bowl or a party
50
happening.
calories each.
Yeah.
50 calories each? Is that what you were saying? Or 55 calories
55
each?
calories each, completely plant-based, gluten-free, but most importantly, it's just super delicious.
Well, today we have it for you, M98050. Customer top rated. Go to QVC.com, read the reviews for yourself. It's different, it's unique. By the way, it's the perfect size because you don't have to eat some giant candy bar that's covered in chocolate and, you know, loaded with preservatives and loaded with, you know, stuff that you can't pronounce and chemicals that you can't pronounce.
Less sugar. First ingredient is peanuts.
First ingredient is peanuts.
First ingredient is peanuts. As you know, see in the middle, it's all peanut delicious. It's lightly sweetened with that crisp on the outside.
So, and the importance of the plant-based, again, because you have an autoimmune disease, you couldn't necessarily eat like those bad-for-you candy bars, even if you liked them and if you wanted them. That's what makes this so special.
Yeah, and you know, passed down in our family. I think a piece of our heritage. We love being able to share that to others, and it's a better for you sweet alternative that's really new. It's a new experience that is just delicious.
Well, today is the day to try it. M98050 is your item number. Whether you're picking all of them up in the original, which is without the coconut, fewer than 400 to go around. In the coconut, final 100, last call, and we do have a combo, which is the most popular, so do not wait on that. $24.98 gets it home, M98050. Joyce, Zoo, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Albert.
Rachel and I were munching on those before the show.
Eating all of them.
Yeah. The coconut has such a nice flavor.
It's so nice.
All right, so listen, if you go to QVC.com, you can always shop our show backwards. Just look up Gourmet Holiday and you'll see all of the items that we had in our show. We have a couple left of our Heartland Fresh Chicken Fried Chicken.
Like two.